Hey guys, I did a video and found out at one point I wasn't recording, which is sad because I got a cloth and I've actually I was recording all this for you guys, man. I really was, and I had a little setup here. See the little alcohol burner? I even filtered. I don't know if you can see that. I even filtered that water in there with a cloth. Got all the solids out. You could even see like living life in the water. I took it from there, the big duck pond, big lake. I mean, biggish lake. The water didn't look visually as dirty as I wanted it to, because yeah, I even had footage of me going into the water, like, because it's quicksand around here, you actually sink in, especially being a big boy like me. And yeah, I scooped out some water because my canteen has a little metal cooker in it. Metal. It's like a metal cup thing where you can cook up your soup or purify water. And yeah, so I spits that. I'm a bit bummed. Yeah, so I filtered out with this cloth over here. There was actually stuff moving around. See the cloth, the blue one? Yeah, and I want to actually drink this in front of you. Those jets haven't kicked in yet. It's not too windy, but I'll just put my finger in there a little bit. Yes, the jets haven't kicked in yet. It warms up and it's got like little holes, and it gives off a lot more heat. So while that's boiling, I'll talk a bit about what I've done here, what I didn't do. I'm crawling around on a pathway, just kind of set up somewhere randomly. I was kind of, hypothetical situation. I've got flint and steel, which I attempted to make a pretty bad setup, a little fire, but with the flint and steel before, but I probably should have just left that. But I've got, the main reason was to show you purifying water, and like I said, there's a lot of ducks in this lake. It goes right around. It goes right around. It's a fairly big lake, but you'll find this little part. It kind of comes around into here, the water, and it gets stagnant, and there's deep quicksand. A lot of ducks. Now, you've seen me be grumpy with the the water hens and stuff, because they get really demanding and entitled for food when you're not meant to feed them, and people feed them. Problem is, when you feed them, not only are you feeding them stuff that's really bad for them, like heaps of bread. Heaps of bread is not good for a lot of these animals. But because of the excess of food, naturally the animals will breed up. So they always got that demand for that food. Also, if you get too much certain animals build up in certain areas, they ruin the areas, because the balance, it puts it out of whack. But people, when it comes to animals, people can be really, it's not just animals, but people can be really silly because they're like, oh, the animals, feed the animals, oh, poor duckies, poor little water hens. And it sounds cute and it sounds sweet, but it's not good feeding them. You're not meant to. They even put signs up, but you shouldn't really have to explain. People should be, some things they should just understand if they come into a certain area. It's like, read the signs, It's like that spiritually too. Spiritually, a lot of the language spiritually is signs. You read signs. Signs will talk. Signs will show you things. Signs will guide you. And I feel like I could say a lot about signs, so not really heating up that quick because the jets, it's not heaps windy, but I might make a bit of a wind block with my bag. The cool thing is, even though I'm able to purify water in this scenario, it's not, if I was going to go full in the sticks, oh, that helped a bit. And the jets are starting to kick in. The jets are starting to kick in. I'll just move stick. They're starting to heat in, kick in. That bag did block it a bit, I think, the wind. If, you know, hypothetically you're like, oh, I'll go out into the bush and survive, I'd have a better kit set up. But one thing I was saying in another video too is it's good practice because like I was saying in another video, it's so easy to get lost. And it's actually good practice. Oh, I'm going into these sticks and there's, who knows what can happen. I can get trapped, I can get lost, I can get abducted, who knows. It's good to be prepared. And I find good everyday practice for having EDC, which is everyday carry. Having stuff on you that's natural, and it's a part of your fashion like these. I wear stuff like that to church, and, you know, I carry lighters and stuff like that in there. And the other one has a sling in it. So I've got a little pocket knife in that bag. Knives are very good tools. But just be careful with your regions. Be careful what I say, but just be careful with that stuff. Don't be careful with knives, and we allowed and not allowed to have a knife, or you know, so Australia can be pretty strict, especially when we had some bad stuff happen. And so yeah, just be careful with all that, guys. Yeah, I'll just put my finger in there. It's heating up. Oh, cool. It's heating up. So hopefully you'll bear with me, and I'll even drink it in front of you. Get a good boil in there. Kill. Like I said, when I was filtering it, I couldn't believe it. I saw little things moving around in there and breathing like rabbits, and kind of see it there. Jets are kicked in, but the flame moves around a bit, but it seems to be heating up. Yeah, a lot of cookers. Campfire can be really great. Like, if, obviously I'm not going to whip out a big fire here, but if you're in some places, setting up a good camp, a good fire. Yeah, the big downfall with campfire is too, in certain scenarios, you know, for example, if you're in the bush and you didn't want to be found, campfire's not really great for that. That's where a little cooker like this or something, jet boil or something, even them can give you away in certain locations. Good place to have a discreet camp can be, just see how you got the glare of the sun, but see how you got that. We're in what do you call it, a volcano essentially. So you got that hill, and a good place could be, in some scenarios, that's a bit steep to climb, but you'll probably get to it from the top. But a good thing might be right before the ridge, so you can go over the ridge to look out and just kind of in there. Sometimes having the high ground also, it's not only good for looking out, you can see someone coming. But you know, bushcraft and survival can be about a whole bunch of things, and a lot of times, or most of the time, when you're lost or doing a castaway job, you want to be found. So even being up there would be wise if you can be, in a sense. Make a fire. Don't start a bushfire. Be careful, guys. You know, definitely if you're an amateur, learn things. Start small. Don't let your ego get in the way and do stupid things. Yeah, so that's slowly getting hot. It's got a bit of steam starting to come out. Yeah, I can see the bubbles coming up. Because it's only thin steel, it doesn't take too much for thin steel to heat up. yeah, so I'll let that kind of boil out. See, I am watching it, guys, because I don't want to start a fire. You got to be wise. Even though I do have a lot of experience with the bush and whatnot. And so, see what you can do too. See that cloth that I used, the blue one. You can dry it out. You know, look after your gear, and it will look after you. Go for a little walk. Yeah, it's still pretty daunting, just where my motor's at with the van. Might be going to Adelaide next week. Adelaide's a big city, and well, it's the capital of South Australia. See the view a bit out there? Oh, it doesn't really capture it, does it? Oh, can you see the view? Just check on that. That's looking good. Okay, we'll go for a quick view. Come on. Shh. Let's go. Quick look-see. Oh, I'm so spewing. I didn't capture all that footage before, and because I haven't got some of the gear, and I'm not very good at editing yet. So you can actually hear people talking. Oh, you can't see it yet. I'll take you over. Got to be quick because I don't want to start a fire over there. But this is in Mount Gambier Valley Lakes. Can you see the lake? See how I was explaining how it went over into there and it gets stagnant in there? I come here a lot. It's where most of my videos are filmed when I think all of them so far when I'm outdoors. But look at that, beautiful place, Valley Lakes. Interesting, some sort of herb, who knows. Don't risk it with herbs. But like a little setup like that too. You could do tinctures and teas, and even my mum yesterday, she made a tea. She just picked some mint, and I think she squeezed some lemon, and you know, I know mint's good for your blood. Lemon's very good for your blood and other stuff. So it's still cooking away over here. It's got bubbles in the water, not bubbling, but you know, once you start to get the water's not far from, maybe it's about 80 degrees, starting to get a bit of bubbling up. Now let's have a bit of a look-see, hey? Man, that sun really, can you see it? I'm just trusting that you saw it properly. Getting a bit of vitamin D from the sun. Oh, okay. You know what? I just spilt. It just fell off because it wasn't sitting on there right. But there's still a little bit in there. Oh man, what a disaster. What a disaster. Should I keep this video? Yeah, I'll keep the video. Far out. Okay. I can't believe that. I just spilt that. If you're in the bush and you're thirsty, you would have died. There's still a little bit of water in there. I could test. Far out. I'm hopeless. Are you really a bushman? Do you really know what you're doing? Like I said, I didn't really set up. You know, I could have went to a table and brought the water over, but I was trying to simplify it. Look, I got the water from right there. I'm on the path. Look, I've just done it right here. But clearly I've failed at that. At least the water will boil quicker now. Still kind of bubbling up. And it will cool down quicker so I can drink it in front of you. Far out. That's a beautiful tree with ivy growing up it. Look at that. Look at that tree with ivy. That's so cool, eh? Oh, cool. My water's boiling. Boiling, boiling, boiling. Rawhide. The other boiling girl. There it goes. It's boiling. Give it a little bit of a good boil. Give it a little bit of a good boil. That makes a lot of sense. You can actually hear the sound travelling from people up on the ridge. There's walkways. There's walking trails all around this place. Right through there. Walking trails. It'd be hard to see it through the trees. Eventually I'd love to get like a GoPro and stuff, and so I could put it off my face, like, you know, like, yeah, eventually I want to get a GoPro. Yeah, there's a lot of ash around here. I know I spoke about it in another video. The actual log I was carving on, willow log, it's actually right there in one of my early carving yarn, I think it was. I was actually carving on that log. So I spent a lot of time here. Okay, so that's gone out. Oh no, still going. The water's boiled. I gotta let it cool down a bit. Smells good. Oh, I can't believe that I spilt that, but it wasn't sitting on there really well. And like I said, if you had a campfire with coals, oh, you heat something like that up really quick. You'd have to actually be a bit careful not to ruin your gear with the heat and the coals sometimes, especially if you haven't got spun steel or thick like cast iron and all that. So yeah, so I'll let that brew. I'll let it cool for a bit. Because it's thin metal, it also cools quick. I might take it with me. So I'll let it cool. No, it's probably good I spilt it. It's tactical maybe. Maybe I meant to. Not really, but it'll cool down. So you could have tea in here. Even pre-prepared stuff. I don't know why that was so hard to say. So something I do have somewhere, not in my van, but I have like hiking food, and that's like dehydrated stuff, and you just mix it with water. And some of it's pretty good, like jerky. Jerky turns into juicy meat when you put it in soups. You know what I mean? So you don't only eat it dry, which is great, and I love me some jerky. But yeah, jerky is actually really, really versatile. Very good to have in survival jerky. Who knows? One day I'll be able to show you some jerky stuff. Wouldn't say I know a lot about it, but I have seen some techniques that I've wanted to try when it comes to jerky, like like a smoker. It's kind of like you make a smoker with a rack on top of a fireplace. There's my tea. You like, don't drink it. Don't do it. Don't drink it, Murray. We need you. But no, I want to show you, like, even though, like I said, I screwed up with the video. Now you're going to think I'm full of crap. I just put spring water in there. What if it did? Could be lying. It's all a ruse. No, I'm not lying. But yeah, so I think I did a good job filtering it out. It's pretty easy just with the cloth. The cloth, again, you didn't see it, but the cloth was kind of thick. Took a while for it to filter through, which is actually good because it meant it was really catching stuff through a tight knit kind of thing. So I'll sit here on the edge of this walkway. But yeah, as I was saying, all around here is it's actual quicksand. You sink into it. A big guy like me I could get stuck in there. Like, that's how bad it is. I mean, proper stuck, like, you know, fatal. Like that, it's serious here. It's pretty thick. I actually saw, poor things. I saw a German older couple, and they were just tourists, and it was really hot. And I love that about a lot of other cultures. They'll just give things a crack, where Aussies can be real, not all Aussies. I'm generalizing, but I just find some of the travellers and stuff have got some chutzpah. But yeah, she, poor thing, she comes out and the mud's like up to her knees, and she's like, "Oh, is there a way to go for a swim and all that?" Poor thing. They ended up going for a swim off the boat ramp, even though it says no swimming. But everyone's jet skiing and all that, and running amok. It's like, it was really hot. Poor things. I just wanted to cool down. That tasted like crap. You know what? I just had a sip. It's drinkable. It's lovely. It's really good. Nah, joking. No, it's tastes alright. Get you out of trouble, guys. So, trying to keep it short. Thank you.